to Romania now, and the biggest protests since the end of communism have forced the government into making an embarrassing U-turn. And after days of public anger, it has scrapped plans to revise rules targeting corrupt officials. Azhar Sukri reports on the link between corruption and the economy in Romania.
This is people power Romanian style. The European country is no stranger to mass protests, but the new government's attempt to decriminalise certain anti-corruption rules touched a raw nerve that brought hundreds of thousands of people onto Bucharest's streets. And even though it said it would reverse its plan, many of the protesters say they aren't buying the government's promise.
At this moment, I no longer trust my government. Basically, even though they said they would cancel this, and they're canceling this legally, they said that they will take this legislation to the parliament, where we have 100 MPs currently investigated or on trial for corruption. So this is clearly a conflict of interest.
Romania's president says the protests won't affect the economy.
The investors are not threatened, and the economic situation is still very good, and I think it will stay good. So no problem for investors. This is a matter of principle for the population, for the politicians.
But academic studies show there is a strong correlation between the effectiveness of anti-corruption policies and growth in Romania. One showed that for every notch that Romania improves on Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index, its GDP expands by an extra 0.13 percentage points. The EU says Romania has made significant improvements in recent years, but it remains among the most corrupt European countries. According to Transparency International, only Italy, Greece and Bulgaria are worse. And recent cases have highlighted those shortcomings. A nightclub fire in Bucharest in 2015 left 64 people dead. Many blamed the deaths on corruption, creating lax safety standards and leading to poor emergency medical care. Huge street protests followed, and the Prime Minister was forced to step down. The latest demonstrations show that any government that tries to weaken Romania's checks against corruption is dealing with political fire. Azhar Sukri, TRT World.